What's up, folks? Welcome back to another video on the YouTube channel. I know what you're thinking. What has happened? Something's changed. That's right, we're winning for once. The graph's moving in the right direction. No, I had a haircut as well. I did stream today on twitch.tv/Spraggy, where we do our live, mostly tournament poker play, if you don't follow that already. If you're just here watching on YouTube. I've actually started to have a couple people trickle over from YouTube to Twitch, which is where I spend most of my time, on Twitch. So if you haven't checked that out, do check that. But I had a lot of people coming into the chat today saying, Spraggy, what's happened to your head? What's gone on with your hair? That's a haircut. You go in with it longer, and they say, what do you want? And I say, we'll just cut some of it off and whatever. You see where it is now? Exactly like that, but less. And then they ignore that, and then they get the clippers out and they go, vroom, 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 vroom. You look like you've had a fight with a lawnmower, and you come out looking like that. But hey ho, it is what it is. No more headband, no more long, shaggy hair. No more looking like I'm from Glastonbury '86. We're back, short back and stomping. You'll notice the graph. This is the state of play. This is the $50 no limit graph that we've drawn so far. 25 cent, 50 cent. What you're looking at here is hands played along the x-axis and dollars won along the y. We're currently plus $478. I can't make this little box here any bigger for you. But as you see, it's 9,500 hands. We've won 478. If we ran an EV, we'd be up 778. I can put the all-in equity on this filthy fucking green line. Honestly, it looks like piss-colored line. So the piss-colored line is where we would be in terms of dollars if we were, excuse me, I think if I, that's it. I have to keep that page open to keep the music playing. If we were running it all in, if we were running as we should when we were all in, we'd be up more. But we're running unluckily. We're getting unlucky when we're all in our all-in pots. But I will say this, don't think too much about all in EV lines, because I can tell you, for example, we played this session on stream, this 1,000 hand session or whatever it is, like from here, that's basically just straight up. I played this on stream from wherever, here, which is 1,500 hands, and we won nearly 10 buy-ins, and I ran like a god. I was making flushes and 4-bet pots, I was making sets, I was making straights versus whatever, I was making flushes versus straights. Like, I ran insanely well. But if you pay attention to the all-in EV line, you would think that we're running bad over the sample. We are, in terms of when we're all in. We've lost more than we should have. But that's a very misguiding, sort of misleading metric of how we're running, because I can tell you from experience that, especially over this sample, like, you don't win this amount of buy-ins without running like a golden god, which I did. So it would be easy for me to sit here and disingenuously say to you, well, folks, so far nearly 10,000 hands into this little YouTube project, we're up nearly 10 buy-ins, we're winning at 10 BB per 100, exactly 10.00 BB per 100. But if we're running at EV, we'd be up, I think, like, whatever this is, 16 BB per 100. But I'm running bad. I'm not running bad. Ignore people who moan too much about all-in EV lines, because we're running very well. What you'll also notice, we're going to put another line on. We'll take this one off for ease of purpose. We have another line here, or 2 extra lines added in. Showdown winnings and non-showdown winnings. Now, a lot of people get very, very excited about positive red line, which is your non-showdown winnings. That means that when the hand does not go to a showdown, we are winning. We are up $170 in these pots, and people tend to like those because it means that you're playing aggressively. You don't need cards to win. You're winning without going to showdown, so you're making people fold. You're whatever, playing a good aggressive style. I never read too much into red lines. I know people get pretty hard about it, but I never read too much into it. I think there's also, you know, some red line stuff where you're making value bets and not getting called, so your opponent end up folding, and that goes in your red line. I don't think that's what you're seeing here, because, like, that's a lot of red line winning. But it's nice to have a positive red line. It means that we're probably doing something right, I would guess. We're also winning at non-showdown, at showdown pots as well. We're up 311. So sometimes, I think most typically, you see a winning blue line and then a losing red line. Occasionally, you'll see a big winning red line and then blue line sort of break even. which, you know, that's like a hyper-aggressive style that just relies on getting people to fold a lot, but obviously you're gonna, when you get called, you're gonna lose. So when it goes to showdown, you're gonna lose a lot. The fact that we're winning pretty significantly at both probably just means, as I mentioned, that we're running really good over our first 10,000 hands. But it is a promising 10,000 hands sample, 9,500 hand sample. It's a very good start, and it gives me confidence that, as I've mentioned to you before, this game is pretty beatable. 25%, 50% zoom that we're playing on PokerStars. So that's where we're at. I just thought I'd give a quick 10k hands recap inside the first 5 minutes of this video. Don't want to bore you any longer, because I know that you, as am I, we're here to play. So just for context, it is 7 a.m. in the UK. We're jumping into 2 tables of 25%, 50% zoom on PokerStars. Just, you know, because game quality, ignore this. We are in the money. We're not in the money in a tournament. That's a graphic for when I'm in tournaments. We're not in the, ignore everything you just saw. Someone will get sacked for that. Someone will get sacked for what you just saw. I don't know why that was there. I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so we have 2 tables. Again, this is not the thrill. This is all left over from my... You see how prepared I am for today's video? This is all left over from my tournament stream, but don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. This is a $50 cash game, and we actually have sat out there. Can't be asked. Ace Queen on table 1. You also notice, look at this. Not the YouTube banner, you're already there. Buy-ins, 942. Cashes, 3,797. We had a winning day today. We won just shy of $3,000. I came 5th in the 109 Turbo PKO. First place was probably about 15k, so 5th for 3k. It's alright. On Sunday, we had another one like that, where we came as Bounty Builder 33. I came 4th for 4k. First place was about 15. So some like nice-ish runs, disappointing-ish runs. Just tripling off Ace Queen, blind versus blind, I suppose. I'd anticipate 6x playing a little bit quicker. This deep, I'd imagine a lot of 6x is raising flop, if not turn. So pretty confident value betting my hand, especially in a blind v blind spot where they are going to defend Queen deuce suited up, I guess. So yeah, just tripping it off. And then I'm going to bring in the second table and rename it from the Hot 44 cash game, $50 cash game 2. So you got 1 and 2. Again, we're 2 tabling. How are you? Welcome back. Enough about me. Thanks to all the new subscribers. We've got a lot of people coming in. We've got a lot of people enjoying the streams, enjoying the YouTube stuff, enjoying the highlights. Thanks very much to everyone who liked that video. I said 500. I said 500 likes, or I'm never doing another highlight video again. And you guys saved them, so congrats. You'll get another highlight video coming later this week, or depending on whether you're watching this, because, you know, it's not time sensitive. Hope you're enjoying the highlight videos. What I want from you guys today, what I want from you is, what other stuff do you want to see on this channel? I'm going to throw some ideas at you now. So listen in, I'm going to throw some ideas at you. My ideas are as follows. I want to do a recap of the I won the world title. The world title, he says. By the way, it was a W Coupe World Championship of Online Poker $5.50 event, which we won for $6,000 from $5.50, but it was a, you know, W Coupe event, World Championship of Online Poker event. So I'm going to do a video of how I became a world champion, which is legitimate and fair. It's a $5.50 tournament, but I am a world champion, and you'll watch your mouth, okay? You'll put some respect on that. Thank you. So do you want to see that video? I'm going to assume yes. Let's see you in the comments. What I'm also going to do is a Spraggy rewind video. Oh no, wait, that's that. I just got excited because I had my Spraggy rewind video today. I'll give you a preview now. I'll cut it in here. I'm joking, by the way. This isn't edited in. I'm doing this live, so I can't be bothered to edit it. So this is just a little preview of that. Oh, we're in a wormhole. Oh, Spraggy rewind. Hands of the past today. What's up? Yeah, so we're going to do that. That's coming to the channel. Big news. That's an exclusive. That's a Spraggy YouTube exclusive. I also want to do, or I'm thinking about doing, as I mentioned before, I want to do unban requests for people who get banned from my Twitch channel. This isn't strictly poker content. People who get banned from my Twitch channel, they'll say, Spraggy, you're a fucking idiot. I fucking hate you. You're a fucking joke. And then they'll get banned because, you know, that's disruptive to the chat. I don't want to read it. No one wants to read it. And then on Twitch, there's an unban request form. So they can fill out a form that says, Spraggy, I have no idea why I'm banned. This is an outrage. It's preposterous to suggest that I would even talk to anybody like that, let alone someone like you, whom I respect. But unfortunately, that message is right next to their entire chat history, so we can see precisely what they said and realize that that person's not going to be banned. So I have hundreds of unban requests from these unsavory messages. Perhaps it would be fun to go through those and roast some people. I don't know if you want to see that. Cash game videos we're going to be doing, highlight videos we're going to be doing, so that's sort of 4 series. Do you want me to, how about this for a series idea whilst I have you? Heads Up with Spraggy. Me, a guest, another person on the channel, talking, chatting, somewhat of a podcast format, but not long, half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, but Heads Up with Spraggy, we're talking one-on-one, Heads Up with Spraggy, but we're also, as we're talking, we're playing one-on-one as well. We're playing Heads Up, No Limit, whatever stakes are appropriate for the guest. So if we have some broke, terrible guest on, like Tonka, right? We'll play like a dollar sit and go or whatever, right? If we have some genius player on, like, which of the streamers it would... Okay, probably not any of the streamers, whatever. But whoever we have on, we'll play Heads Up. Is that something you might want to see? What I'm looking for here is content ideas. What you'll notice about me is I'm absolutely bereft of creativity. That's why the main staple of this channel is just me uploading raw, unedited, 25-cent, 50-cent videos. Right? Because I don't want to edit anything. I don't want to come up with anything creative. I don't want to make ideas. So the highlights, I have a guy doing that editing and he's fucking great. I think we can all agree, you know, attest to his talent. But for me, I don't have any good ideas. So now I turn to you, the audience at home. So if you want to make suggestions, please fire in the comments. The more comments, the better. If you want to see any of those videos that I just suggested, I'm going to see which ones are most popular and pick those out and go with those. So if one of those you think, oh, that sounds really great, spam it in the chat, type in the comments, even if it's whatever. Even if you know I'm probably going to make it, put it in the comments. I'm going to add it up, and whichever ones win the vote in the comments, we will prioritize. We will get to making first. That's also a really great way of me getting you to engage with the video and bump it up on the old algorithm, because I think that's how it works. The more comments, the more exposure, whatever, right? So I'm basically just, you just got manipulated into social something. Speaking of getting manipulated, I 3-bet this guy, Titty Bixel, and they 4-bet me. I kind of want to just rip ace jack because, frankly, I'm a non-believer. And I have nice blockers. And I got a nice little bluff in hand. 9p more, I guess I'm all in. We're a big underdog there, ace king. Resume hand. Jack, 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 jack. I'm fucked, aren't I? Oh, what a turn. What a joke. They seem like a very aggressive player. They 4-bet me an ace jack off. It's a nice 5-bet all in. I 5-bet all in. They had it. Don't get mad. We lost a buy-in. Sometimes we lose buy-ins. If you think that hand was played like shit, also comment. Also comment in the comment section below. Again, more engagement for me. Doesn't matter that it's abuse, does it? Doesn't matter that it's abuse. Doesn't matter that it's you all saying I'm unsubscribing from these videos because Spraggy's shit. Still get the comment. In the bank, 8s, not so great on the King Jack 5, 9s. Gonna bump it up. What else is news? What's going on in the news? Any poker news to cover? Not really. Not really. Doug Polk versus Daniel Negreanu, heads-up match. The Battle of the Ages is still going down. Doug is up significantly, as is to be expected. Doug is a full-time professional, or was a full-time professional, heads-up no limit online grinder for years and years and years. Daniel is a live tournament player. But I think that has been going pretty much as expected. I've got a lot of respect for both players. Sitting on the fence a lot, aren't I? Sitting on the fence a lot. Don't really have anything cutting or scathing to add. There's no drama to be had on this channel. Let's get right. I think there's a very, very strong chance that Daniel plays out the 25,000 hands. I don't see him quitting anytime soon. I hope that he comes back somewhat, just because I think that's more entertaining the closer it gets. I think if Doug has a runaway victory, obviously the sessions are just less interesting to watch, and it's good for poker to have something that's competitive. Yeah. So let's root for Daniel, and then just for the entertainment purposes. I don't have anyone I'm rooting for, and I haven't actually watched too much of the coverage. I know lots of different people are covering it, but I haven't watched too many of the streams. What else is going on in poker? No, not really. I've just been streaming. Been pretty happy streaming. Been pretty content. Had some really fun streams. I'm on a terrible sleep schedule, though. And I've just been counterfeit here with deuces. Come on. And I'm already down to buy in this session. Come on. Maybe more. But I did 5-bet ace jack offsuit all in. I don't think I was over adjusting, though. Player did seem aggressive. We'll open king 4 suited. I spoke a little bit before as well about poker vloggers that I've been watching. Still watching lots of poker vlogs. Even though Marley's gone back to, my fiance, for those who don't know, has gone back to Las Vegas. I'm still watching a lot of poker vlogs, which were kind of her way of keeping in touch with her hometown and her playing live and whatnot. But I can't get enough. I watched, you're not going to believe this, I watched a Brad Owen vlog today. He was playing some 5-10 in Bobby's room, which is now called Legends Room because reasons. But that's crazy that they were running some 5-10 in Bobby's room and that Brad was able to get in there. That's very cool. I got a lot of time for Brad. Nice guy, Brad. Very nice guy. He's one of the bigger YouTubers now here in the poker section. Let me look him up. I'm always amazed whenever I look Brad Owen up. I know I go on about this a lot, but it continues to surprise me. 271,000 subscribers Brad Owen's got. How many have we got? At the time of going to press, this channel has 7,000 subscribers. So 270 divided by 7 means that Brad is 38 times the man that I am. That's crazy, isn't it? Brad is 38 times better than me at everything. And if that makes you sad, you should hit the subscribe button right now. I'll tell you what, let's have a little bet through the video. If I win this pot, and I'm going all in, if I win this pot, you have to sub. By law. There's no unsubbing or anything, but okay, well, just sub anyway, innit? Just sub anyway. Blind be blind. If that cooler made you sad, just sub anyway. They 4-bet me and they're queens. Blind be blind, I'm just always putting in the 10s. Readless, I'm always putting in the 10s. That's just the way it is. What a session. Crash Bang Wallop, what a video. Negative $117 so far. This video has cost $117 to produce so far. And I've seen our ad revenue. We ain't getting that back. We are not getting that back. It's very hard for me to rep a boat here. Very hard for me to rep a boat because I check the turn. Don't check any boats on the turn, really. Lose to a king. 8-9 gets there. Queen 10 doesn't bluff, probably because it makes a pair. This is one of those spots where very difficult for my opponent to be bluffing ever. Ace 10, Queen 10 all get there. 8-9 improves, 9-10 improves, hearts improve. Just zero. I have zero interest in trying to bluff catch Jack 10 offsuit in that spot. We're multi-way with 10-7. I don't think it's good. We should possibly have considered a 3-bet pre. I don't think this call here is a good idea, though I do like the flop. Turn is average at best. Can't believe you guys got off a legally obliged sub though. Naughty, isn't it? River's not great either. A lot of the semi-bluffs improve. What's my best bet here? Beat ace 5 of diamonds or something? Just lose to king jack. Again, like, as I said, river's not great. A lot of the bluffs get there. The jack 9s and the king jacks. Sad. Stick with it though, we got kings. We might get through, what are we, 20 minutes into the video? You're gonna get 30 minutes, 35 minutes. And hopefully within that time period we can win at least one pot. We did win one with kings. 75 cents. Rich beyond my wildest imagination. 3-betting 8s against Gus the Nuts. And we'll have a bet. Immediately raised. I don't think I want to fold 2 8s, but it is going to get pretty bumpy down the road. We're going to see a lot of 10x raising on the flop, especially versus my sizing. We're going to see some flush draws. We're going to see some... Maybe they have some 5-6 as well. That said... we do have a lot of stronger hands here, obviously. I'm going to be 3-betting like 10-9 through ace 10 suited, so I got a lot of 10x. 10x is just a way better call than this because we block value hands. Right, if we assume my opponent's going to be raising a lot of 10s, and then flush draws, and then like jacks through aces that flat pre, which they might, then having a 10 is just huge for us because we cut out a lot of our opponent's value combos. I think I'm just going to fold. With 2 8s, I think I'm just going to fold. Continue all my 10s, continue all my overpairs. 24 combos of overpairs. Very decent number of combos of 10x. 9 10, jack 10, queen 10, king 10, ace 10, 5 times 3, 15. It's a lot in it. Gonna do a lot of checking on this board. We'll start with a check and go for a check raise. We're very nutted here. We're very nutted here on account of there not being any straights available. We lose to 3 combos of pocket 7s. Turn's very bad, especially when we don't have the queen of hearts. 8-9 fills. Not just for me, but for my opponent, right? 8-9 fills, ace-king fills. Now, what this means is I'm perceived to have some flush draws, some ace-king bluffs, maybe some 8-9 bluffs, maybe a lot of 2-pair sets. So now, my opponent really doesn't want to call me. Like, they really don't want to call when I bet, which means that when we bet, their calling range is going to have to be pretty strong, which means that, like, value betting queen 10 here becomes a little bit thin because I have flushes of straights, sets, 2-pairs, and they're scared, right? So we are going to start with a check. I'm a little bit concerned that they are betting at all, frankly, but I'm going to continue my hand. The board run out is not an enjoyable one. I can still have pocket aces, ace queen. Maybe I play some flushes like this as well. I mean, it's pretty disastrous that they have king jack and bet the turn and then run a bet a 2-pair. Pretty sad. I think their bet on the turn is giving it away. I think that's a pretty reasonable decision, just a reasonable check for them. Not really going to fold out a better hand. Very hard to get value from worse hands. They don't really want to run into a check shove on the turn, given that they have a straight draw and a flush draw. I think if I'm them, I'm just checking back. It's a shame though, because you know we're doing pretty well against that. On the turn, we were doing okay. They had a lot of outs, but all good. Not the best video in terms of winning pots, but I think we've played fine, even though you might look at the ace jack and think it was a bit wild. That's the sort of play that's been working out for us a lot, and I think is reasonable with that specific hand. 10s versus queens blind v blind, I don't think there's anything we can do about that. And queen 10 here, we managed to put all the money in good post flop, right? Check raise flop, call turn, all the money went in good, and then check when they had the best hand. So not really such a bad situation. I'm going to value bet this. I think a lot of queen x bet the turn. I think my opponent has a lot of 8s. I think they have some hands like 9 10 and jack 10. So I'm going to look for a value bet of the river. They're going to have jack 9, they're going to have 10 8. Kind of tough to find other bluffs though, like hands that would call on the flop. Think of hands that would call on the flop, check the turn, raise the river. There's not too many bluffs. Really hard to be bluffing with anything because like an 8 probably just puts it in. This is miserable. We get 4 to win 20. Got to win 20% of the time. Are we winning 20% of the time, troops? You tell me. Apparently not. Well, we might be, but not this time. See, a lesser player, a more conscientious content creator would scrap this video and never upload it because I've lost all my pots. But not me, chat. Not me, YouTube. Not me, comment section. I wouldn't do it. Called a flop, called an overbet on the turn, and gonna be in a tough spot at the river. We're really relying on the hands like Queen 10, Queen Jack, 9, 10 bluffing. I'm just folding probably. It's a real tough one because I don't have too many better hands again. I really don't have many better hands in this spot. But 2 overbets in a 50NL Zoom pool, I'm probably in pretty shit shape. I feel like the music's been a bit loud this whole time, which is unfortunate. Hopefully that isn't a problem on the uploads. Hope not. Might rain. Hope not. I'm working on getting some buy-ins back, and that work starts now. Oh my gosh, we're minus $160. 3 buy-ins in 20 minutes. This guy sucks. I'm actually unsubbing. This guy sucks. Done with it. I'm done with it. The 9 high boards are okay for me to bet. They're going to hit the bottom of my opening range here. Like I'm going to open a lot of 9s, so I'm okay to bet. It's very different if it's like an 8 high situation, I think, is my understanding. These things matter. These things are important. We must consider them. Versus big blind, I've probably got enough by way of showdown value here. We're going to win with the ace 9 high. We're going to 3-bet ace 3 suited on the button because it's an ace and it's suited. And come on, man. Cold 4-bets, mate. How dare you? How very dare you? Very unhappy about the flop. We don't even get a look in. Don't even get a look in. We don't even get there against ace king, right? Like if this is a 3, we get there against ace king. We don't even do that. And I'm going to fold without any connection whatsoever. Even for $5. Even for $5. Which they're allowed to do just because their range on that board is inherently very strong. What am I going to do? They have aces, kings, ace, queen. Maybe they pull back rough king, queen as well. So like queen high board. Very nice for them. Very nice for them. Very hard to combat it, that board. Maybe I should just fold 3 rather than call the 4-bet. But I had the button and I had the suited ace. And I'm desperate. No, that wasn't a reason. That wasn't a reason. I take back that last reason. Definitely going to isolate here against a limper. And we flop 60% of a royal flush. We're more than halfway there. It would be an injustice at that point if we don't make the royal. We'll never know. We will never, ever know. Fold the other tables. Just folds. This is going to be an open, I think. We're probably going to raise 4-bet this. If we get 3-bet. Yes, we are. Don't mind me. We do see a 3-bet. I'm going to 4-bet this hand. Players greater than myself have executed the 4-bet with this one. I'd be remiss not to follow in the footsteps of greatness. Wouldn't I? Especially when this flat's just so dust, right? Like this is just causing all manner of problems. I think we're going to see some wide 3-bets out the small blind. Maybe less so given its cutoff hijack than it would be like button cutoff, but still. So I'm going to chuck it out. Chuck in the 4-bet. And we have position as well, right? So that's going to work for us. King of diamonds in our hand. I think I might take a check. I'm going to check back some pretty strong hands on the mono flop, especially with the SPR as it is. We now have a straight draw as well. Things are looking up for us, chat. Things are on the way up. 28 bucks in the middle. $28. I want it. They bet. We're going to call 9. We could be drawing dead, of course. It would not be unreasonable for them to be sat there with some suited ace-x. That said, I'm going to call. And the river's very interesting indeed. The river's very interesting indeed, because I don't know what sort of hands they're going to be making value jams with now, how much 9x they have out of position, how much suited stuff they flat when I have the king of diamonds. So is my 10 now the best hand? Did we just get there against ace king? I think I can show down. Because let's also consider the fact that if my opponent has an overpair, I don't think they fold. And I just win enough, I would hope. Can't beat the jacks. Can't beat the jacks. Pretty rough spot here because I bet the flop. My opponent called. Everything fills on the river. It's a 3-bet pot. Everything fills on the river. I think a recreational player too. 9-10 spades get there. Occasionally we're going to lose to a check back ace high, which stinks, but I just don't think it's a good spot for us to take a bluff. Got to slow down at some point. Shame. Just the whole session has been a shame. My word. My word. Doing some leading, doing some more leading, doing some winning. Again, though, I don't think that might look a little bit spewy, but I think 4-betting king 10 off sometimes is a good choice. I think checking back, calling turn when we have the king of diamonds in a gut shot is a reasonable choice. And I think once we make a 10, we beat enough ace queen, ace king to show it down. And we're probably not folding out overpairs like ever. Ever, mate. Once they check in that spot, I think they're checking to call almost always in these games. And I will stand by that. I will stand by that assumption. Are we really at 32 minutes already? Wow, folks, 32 minutes of just straight down hold'em. This video cost me $200. And now my girlfriend's calling me, my fiance's calling me to see if we still have a home. I'm going to have to reject that for now. I'm going to have to get off. I've embarrassed myself. I brought shame to this channel. But if you want to see me go again, you want to see me battle it back up, then we will be back. Does everybody want to 4-bet me today? Or what? May as well donk another one off before we go. I think, again, not unreasonable to call in position in a 4-bet to a 4-bet. I don't have that many offsuit combinations when I flat. They're going to have some ace-king when they decide to 4-bet. I don't have that many pairs that flat. We just don't have a club. Over here, I check raise the king and the jack on the flop. As you saw me check raise queen 10 on a similar board, we're going to have a lot of strong hands here. The turn is a repeat 10, which is not good for us in any way, shape, or form. It reduces the number of value combinations that we have because we're representing queen 10 suited. One of those just got taken out, representing 10s. 2 of those just got taken out, representing some 10-8. Some of those got taken out, representing queen 8 suited. That just got taken out. This is just fucking all-round bad spot for us. And I'm probably just folding now because a lot of our 8s are just dust. We're out of position. We can't really lead, get paid. Very tough. What a session. Hey, listen, you have sessions like this. You have sessions like this, just miserable. Minus $230. Miserable, miserable, miserable. Let's see if we can win one before we go. Keep the faith, restore the faith, if you will. Not looking great. I don't really want to get too barrel heavy here. No. No. Fold. Oh, what a beautiful graph we had drawn. Oh, that's today's session. I hope you enjoyed that 30 minutes of me getting absolutely smacked in the jaw and losing nearly 5 buy-ins in 200 hands. If you did enjoy this video, just remember it cost me $230 to make, so the least you can do is give it a fucking like now, can't you? I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Do subscribe, and do remember in the comments below, future content ideas. Which one of those suggestions do you want to see the most? Spraggy Rewind, recapping old tournaments that we won, going over why we played every hand the way we played it right from start to finish, right from the first blind level to the last. Heads Up with Spraggy, getting guests on, playing one-on-one, Heads Up No Limit, and chatting one-on-one podcast format. Highlight videos, cash game videos. There was another one as well. I'm sure you'll remember it. I'm not going to keep you any further. Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you down the road.